Let's find out how do we solve yet another type of trigonometric questions. So here we have, if sine of angle A plus B equals square root 3 by 2 and sine of angle A minus B equals 1 by 2, it's also given that A plus B is greater than 0 and less than 90, and also A is greater than B. Then find the values of A and B. So how do we solve a question like this? Let's find out. Now, it's important to understand why have we been given these extra information. So if it is given that A plus B is greater than 0 and less than 90, that means each of these angles themselves are less than 90, right? So now let's take a look at what is given in the first equation. So we have been given sine of A plus B. This value is given as square root 3 by 2. Now each of the angles A, so what we have from here, what follows is that A is less than 90, B is less than 90, because the sum of them is less than 90, right? So now can we think of any sine value which will give us square root 3 by 2? Can we think of any sine theta where sine theta will be square root 3 by 2, where theta is one of the standard angles? And answer is yes. We know that sine 60 is square root 3 by 2. In other words, we can rewrite this equation as sine of A plus B is equal to sine 60. Or we can say that A plus B is equal to 60. So from here we can say A plus B is equal to 60. Now let's take a look at what we can find out from the second equation. So the second equation, let's do it over here. So sine of A minus B is equal to 1 by 2. So can we think of any value of sine of any angle which is equal to 1 by 2? And answer is yes. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. And this is where we really have to memorize those trigonometric ratios of the standard angles. So from here we can say then A minus B is equal to 30. So now this is the first equation, this is the second equation. So suddenly our trigonometric question has become a question of linear equations, right? So a linear pair of equations. So if we were to simply add these two equations, so we have A minus B equals 30 and A plus B is equal to 60. If you simply add them, what happens? So this will become 2A. This term cancels out, minus B plus B, and here this will be 90. Now we can divide both sides by 2 and we get A is equal to 45. So we are trying to find out the value of A and B. So we see that A is actually 45 degrees. Now similarly, we can simply plug in the value of A in equation 1 or equation 2. So let's say we plug the value over here. So instead of A, we write 45 degrees plus B is equal to 60, or from here we can say B equals 60 minus 45, or simply 15 degrees. So now we have found out the value of A, which is 45 degrees, and B, which is 15 degrees. So this is how we solve these types of questions.